I need to turn you up. Just one second.
Alright, you're really loud, so I'm gonna lower you a little bit.
You sound really loud.
Yeah, it's okay.
One second. I'll turn myself down.
That's okay. Alright. Um. Alright, so you know the deal with these sessions.
Yep,
Do you have any questions prepared? Please tell me you do.
I do.
Okay, good. Can you copy paste them to me?
Yeah, I don't have them typed out. One second.
Alright, type them all out.
Add chat.
Just let me just use paint. You typing them in Skype?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Alright. Just let me know when they're all there.
I'm trying to think of it anymore off the top of my head.
What is that noise? Hello?
Oh, my bad. It's my roommate. His chair.
Alright.
Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. Do you both play League?
He doesn't very much, but a little bit.
How to know
I think that should definitely cover the hour. If not, probably won't even get to all that stuff.
Okay.
It's just stuff I'm wondering about.
Alright. How many of my verbal lessons have you watched?
I think I've watched all the ones on YouTube over the last couple months.
Okay. Alright. Alright. We'll come back to these in a second. Hold on. Let me look at your. Swear to God, if I see that you're like elo boosting. Alright. That's always the first test that you have to pass, okay? I look to see if you're elo boosted. And anyways.
I go on these like sick like winning streaks, and I go on these like sick losing streaks, and I like never get anywhere.
Some of your wait, are these all rank or are these normals too?
I
There's some
I
normals.
hardly ever do normals.
Yeah, good. You're a real man. Alright. Some of your KDAs are ridiculous and others are like horrendous, so it's like, hello? What's
Swear
going
to God,
on?
I'm not elo boosting. I just
No,
like
no,
I'll
no. I know, I
have
know. I
really
know you're
good.
not. I know you're not. Because all the hotkeys and the summoner spells, they all add up. Alright. So, you play Ori all the time, it seems.
As much as I can. Yeah. I did it because you said you recommended it in one of the first ones I ever watched.
Okay, so have you ever tried not playing Ori yet? Because it doesn't seem like you have.
Um, if she's banned, I'll play something else. But I just want to get better. So I know you said that it should make you a better player. So I mean that's what I'm
She
focused
probably
on.
has made you a better player, but it's getting to the point where You've become so well. First off, you're not a good player if you're building Ludens. Okay, you said you watched my videos. Now I know you're lying. No,
That's my last item, bro.
I know it's okay. I'm trolling you. I'm trolling. I'm trolling. Okay. No. Last item. I still wouldn't even get that. I would get that as a 7th item when you sell boots. Otherwise, don't get
What
it.
would you do for your 6th?
All right. So let's see in cases where you bought it. Okay. So you have Deathcap, Zanya, Athene, a Void Staff. You can get like Guardian Angels there. You can get Banshee's Veil there. You can get you can just stack more damage at that point there too. You can get like Abyssal Scepter.
All right.
But the Ludens is overkill.
I
Unless
literally.
like unless you're hyper carrying. I mean, itemization in itself, it's like it's a theory. You know, there is no 100% fact. You can get to like 99%. You know.
Right.
But there is situations where it will seem so obscure that you're like, actually, in this situation, it is correct to do this. You know.
Right.
But
I literally play like a robot with my item builds. I do the exact same thing every game. If I'm against an AD champion, I'll go Hourglass first into Morello. If I play against a AP champ, I'll go Athene's Deathcap, Void Staff, uh, Hourglass, and then
I never see any games here that you have Abyssal Scepter.
yeah, I never build it.
Why?
Just like I said, I play like a robot. I play the same thing every game, just
Alright,
trying
so
to
that's okay, so that's gonna
be
be your
consistent.
number that's gonna be your number one thing. When you have 200 games as Oriana almost, right? And you're still here in Silver 3 and your KDAs are so up and down, you know what I mean? Like sometimes they're gigantic, like this, 22 to 1. Like hello? And then you have something as like ludicrous as 150. You know, then you have
Right.
games where you've lost 11-1-7. Now, I'm just going to assume you dealt, even though you're super fed, I assume you deal like second on your team.
11-1-7. Where's that one? On
You dealt
second.
you dealt fourth on your team.
Yeah,
11-1-7.
that's one thing I really have to improve on. Like
Your
I play
damage
like a
dealing.
bitch. I'll stay like way back and then I'll like just come in at the last minute. So, I mean, I think it's my understanding of the champions a little bit off too.
Okay. Alright, so, okay. What? God, I kind of want to I want to see you play now, because you're basically a one-trick. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
going over this is not, going over your options, I mean, I can answer your question, I can start answering your questions if you want, the ones that are right here, right? But it would be a lot more beneficial for me to see you play, like even one game as Oriana, so I can see what the hell's going on. I mean, I'm going to open up all your damage charts right now and see what the hell's going on, even when you're carrying. Because if
Okay.
you're not consistently dealing extremely high when you're getting really fed, then there's a problem, especially at this elo. You dealt 15,000 here, and top lane Pantheon with teleport outdamaged you. That's a problem. 15-7-15, and you lost the game. 314 CS, 45-minute game. That's not very good CS. You dealt the most in that game, alright. 14-9-17. You dealt 39k. Maokai outdamaged you. What? How did Maokai outdamage you in vain? Hello?
I don't know.
Alright, Oriana, 20,000 alright, so you did the most in this game, 11-3-8, okay.
Oh, the top one. Oh, yeah, that one put me on tilt like super hard.
Oh my god. 7-2-13, and you deal literally 3 times less than Malzahar did in this game. You know what I mean? Alright, so I kind of want to see you play because I don't understand what's going on. You may be having that syndrome where you're thinking that KDA equates to skill, and that's not the case.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
I watched like an earlier video and you said like always try to get like less than 6 deaths or whatever.
No,
So
that was specific to that person.
okay.
That was specific for him. That was like his homework. Like if I were to give you homework, it's not going to be the same. Okay, this isn't a classroom. I mean, if I
Okay.
was giving a classroom, yeah, all the homework's going to be the same unless there's, different group projects. Like, say you're doing a group project on, gods or something. Someone gets Hades and someone gets Thor. You know, it's not the same thing. So don't take. All right. So when I ask you, like, if you watched all my verbal sessions, they all contain different details. Now it's kind of like the color analogy that I give people, because people on Reddit seem to say that. Here, ready? All right. So
Yeah.
we're gonna draw. Okay. So if you come from Reddit. Oh wait, what? Hello?
What's up?
I don't know what the hell's going on. Okay, so you got that color blue, and we're gonna take another shade of blue. Now it's very, very slight, right? So we're gonna take these two colors, alright? We're gonna draw this, and then we're gonna have like this color. Now, they're really close, right? And to your average person, you're like, oh, it's blue, right? This is not
Right.
blue. You know what I mean? This is like, what the hell is the name of this color? I don't even know. I actually, I used to know the name of this color, but anyways,
Celestra or something like that?
I thought it began with an L. I don't want to say lilac. That's not lilac. That's not lilac blue, but it's whatever. Anyways, so they're different colors. So when you watch the verbal sessions, okay, even though they are in the same color spectrum, right, they're not completely the same.
Right.
And then also the brackets matter, because then, you know, like, okay, so silver that has the blue color spectrum, and then inside of that blue color spectrum, there's all these different colors of blue, you know, inside of it, right? And they all have different stuff, and then it comes together and it makes the blue color spectrum. And then maybe you go up into platinum and you get the green color spectrum, you know what I mean? And then whatever. And then ultimately what ends up happening is eventually you will get like this super, you know, like something will be connected to everything. Like every tier, okay? It's like you're making Captain Planet. You know what I mean? And then
Okay.
this is like your pro LCS player right in here. Okay, this is like, you know, you understand, you know, like whatever. Maybe that doesn't make sense, but I hope that you get what I'm saying.
No, I understand.
Okay, so it makes sense. All right, good. So all right, so let's hit your questions, okay? But don't, for future reference, do not take everything. I say this actually in my videos. I try to outline it sometimes. Nothing I ever say is 100% literal unless specified.
Okay.
Okay, because League, like I said, League is only factual up until mechanics, right? You can do something completely correct, but if you fail on the mechanic part, it doesn't mean that it wasn't correct, it just means that you failed. And that's where it deviates differently from, say, chess or checkers.
Right.
Or like mathematics or whatever. And then inside of League, there will come to a point where, similarly in chess, maybe you get to a point of the board where, you know, you have you have a board here, right? And then you have like X pieces and certain locations, okay? And you input that board into like a computer, like a chess computer that will tell you the best move, and it gives you a move. Maybe it's like knight to, you know, XX, where then maybe you reset it and you input the exact same thing, and it tells you there's a different move. And you're like, okay, well, why is a supercomputer saying that there's two possible moves? And that's where game theory comes in. That's kind of like if you were just watching the Teemo coaching session, I said that it's like 99 to 1 odds that Nidalee comes back down to bottom. There is
Okay.
the 1% chance that Nidalee will go straight down to bottom, but because 99% of the time Nidalee will not show up at bottom, you know what I mean? We make this move because it is the most EV based, and also factually it is the most optimal, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So it becomes stuff like that, okay? So that's something else that you have to consider. Orianna, alright, so let's hit your questions, okay? But I do want to just let you know that going over the OpGG, similar to other verbal type stuff, is extremely difficult given that you're a one-trick. So it's much harder to assess just using your numbers than it is... Like I
Right.
said to you, like, have you tried to not play her yet? Because right now, you could have acquired, I guess, a lot of mechanics and a lot of other stuff inside of Ori that would bolster other champions if you give them the chance. You know what I mean? Because she
Right.
is a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, I'm open to doing anything. Like, it's not like I'm like super in love with Oriana. I do like Oriana, but it's like I'm just doing it because I think it'll make me a better player. Like, and that's really the only reason.
So, okay. Let's hit your questions. Oriana too difficult. It's not that she's too difficult. The reason that I recommend her is because she is balanced in the sense that she is the king or the queen of mid lane, because she does a little bit of everything. And she has a beautiful kit. She has a perfect kit. There's some other champions in the game that have perfect kits. Lee Sin has a perfect kit. Thresh has a perfect kit. Victor has a perfect kit. What's his name? Ezreal has a perfect kit. I'm trying to think of a few other people that have perfect kits. I guess you could argue Nidalee has a perfect kit. You know, it's kind of like whatever. So that's why I recommend Orianna. And there also is because she is balanced in the sense that she is not as complex as, say, a Victor. She's not as complex or demanding as a Twisted Fate in some areas. She's not as complex as a Syndra. You know, she's not as complex as a Lux, who has to be able to aim her laser half map and stuff, you know?
Right.
But she is a little bit more complex because she has to micromanage her teammates a little bit more. You know, and interact with her ball and whatever. But that's stuff that builds your foundation. It really helps you mold your...
Right. The way I play her right now is I feel like I'm a support in a lot of my games. Like I'm shielding and speeding people up and staying like way back, and then like.
So basically, you're Lulu. Is what you're telling me.
Yeah, kind of. That's kind of how I play her.
Oh, great. So why don't you? Let me tell you a secret. There is a champion in League of Legends. She's a
Name's
Yordle.
Lulu.
Her name's Lulu.
I've heard you say before that she was pretty complex and stay away from her, but like you said, it's probably just for that specific person. I'm not sure.
It was for that specific person. If that specific person came to me and they have almost 200 games as Orianna, I'm gonna be like, okay, try Lulu. You know, like normally you stay away from Lulu, right? But like
Okay.
you can try her. Try being the key word. But you know, and that's specific due to the investment that you put into Orianna. You
Right.
know? So like, yeah, if the other person had invested that many resources into Orianna or something, who has a similar thing, and then that same person also tells me the same thing that you just told me, that, you know, if it sounds like a duck and it walks like a duck, it probably is a duck, well, you're having an identity crisis. You're like gonna end up like Michael Jackson. Like Orianna's gonna get like fucking clockwork surgery and try to become Lulu. Like it's just not gonna happen.
Right.
So you should probably, I mean, if that's literally how you're describing your own playstyle, that literally sounds like Lulu. And if the shoe fits, then wear it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I can try her out. I still want to try to like, improve my Ori play, but I'm looking for anything that'll make me better at this point.
Okay.
Because I feel like when I first started, like you can see my Renekton is my second. Well, I guess it's my highest. Oh, not Annie is, but when I started playing, like I played really early, for like 6 months, and I came back like a couple months ago and started playing just a lot, and then I played Renekton a lot, and then I felt like I was gonna come to a point where I could only play Renekton and I could only play like a lane bully, like I could only like cheese my way to a win. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so yeah, go ahead. What?
Oh, I was saying that's why I chose Oriana, is because it was more of like I couldn't be so like cheesy about it.
Okay, so then first, all right. So I want you to play Lulu. Do you have any games as Lulu?
Maybe from like season whatever, like 1 or 2 or whatever, when she came out.
I feel like I'm talking to like a trans person that just realized that they're trans. You know, like you're just actually realizing. You're like, holy shit, I'm gay. You're like one of those like mid-20-year-old guys that like they interact with a guy for the first time and like their eyes go wide and they're like, wait a minute.
Well, fuck.
Well,
Yeah.
fuck. All right, so. All right, so you're actually secretly Lulu. All right, so.
Okay.
We're good. Alright, so that's number one. So, you're gonna start playing Lulu, and then you're gonna tell me how you do in a few days, and I'm also
Okay.
gonna check up on your OpGG, because I do that to everyone. But
Alright.
anyways, what should I be practicing in my games? We just went over that. Practice Lulu, tell me how that goes, because it may not be that your playstyle, I mean, it is that your playstyle is wrong, but maybe it can be alleviated by you playing Lulu, or you beginning to diversify your champion pool, that will then open up your growth as a player. Okay?
Okay.
And it will, like, foster it. Champs that will bolster my understanding. Hey! We're answering all these questions in advance. I like this. Alright, so Lulu. right? So play Lulu and play. What else can you play mid?
I play Annie, but
Yeah.
I usually just play her support and I play retarded and I build like Luden's Echo first item because I don't want to support. I just go around and ult people and it's really dumb.
All right. So Annie, Lulu. These are your new mid champions. Okay. You have Annie, Lulu. You can continue to play Ori because you've invested so much time into her. And she is a champion that I usually recommend. So Annie, Lulu, Oriana.
I feel like a lot of mid champions are a little bit more complex than like top champions.
Mhm.
So like when I was first doing this, like for myself, like I couldn't figure out what to play besides Oriana, so I just played Oriana.
Okay.
I mean, I guess Annie, but
Uh, let's see.
been told to try Malzahar, but I don't know, I tried him in some like
Annie,
games on
Lulu.
another account, and he was really hard to CS with. I found
Okay.
until you got ranks in your E.
Guess we'll throw in. We're gonna throw in Morgana. It's Morgana, yeah. Okay. We're gonna throw in Morgana. So that's your new champion pool. They're all women. Congratulations.
Yay.
How to improve overall? How much are you playing each day?
During the week, I play like one or two games, and then in the weekend, I play maybe 5, 6 games a day,
Okay.
depending on if my girlfriend comes over or not.
Okay. Wait. Oh, okay. No. Sorry. I thought I saw an ID that I recognized. I'm like, how is that person in your game? All right. Um, that's really interesting. Oh no. Wait. All right. No, it's not. No, it's not. What? Hello? Can you still see my screen?
Yeah, I'm on your stream. Not it's not on Skype, so it's a couple seconds behind.
Oh. Okay. Skype just like crashed. Okay. Well, we can just keep talking. Like the delay, I don't think affects this part at all. Um.
Okay.
Okay. So how to improve overall? So if you're only playing 2 hours a day, what is that because of work?
Yeah, that's during the week, and the weekend I play a lot, unless my girlfriend's over, like I said.
Okay. So, all right. So, during work or whatever, do you ever have like break or like lunch or like do you watch LCS or like anything during that time?
Um, I mean, we have breaks and stuff, but like I don't watch anything during that time usually.
Okay.
I mean, I could.
You could. You should. I mean, if
Okay.
two games a day, that's like nothing. Like that's kind of like the old people that like they go to the gym and they do like a lap and they're like, "Oh, I'm done." Like they wonder why
Right.
they never lose their gut.
Right.
2 games is like nothing. That can be anywhere from 40 minutes minimum to like an hour and 20, which that's not an investment. That's
Well, I guess it's like 2 hours, so like my games usually go like 40, 45 minutes a piece.
okay. But even still, you know, if it's 40 45 minutes a piece of you doing the same thing for 200 games, that doesn't sound very efficient. That's kind of like going to the gym and working out incorrectly,
Right.
you know? Or it's like trying to get abs and then refusing to diet. Like it just
Yeah.
doesn't, it doesn't make sense. Um, so what we're gonna do is you're gonna you have to devote more time in some way, whether it's through watching or even thinking about it or theorizing, whatever. I mean, the weekends will be your big training session days, and that's completely fine. Um, so that's what you need to do for overall improvement. The other thing is that you probably are giving your tier too much credit or your division. You also have to stop caring about dying. Like, because some of the games that you're like hyper carrying, you're doing no damage, and that's just like disgusting because of how much gold you have in relation to your teammates and the fact that no damage is coming out of you.
Right.
So that can't happen. So stop caring about your elo. No one. I don't know if like you have friends that like check your account and they're like,
No, I
okay,
I don't actually care about my like ELO or whatever. Like the only thing that bugs me is like I don't see improvement out of myself. Like I could give a fuck if I was improving in bronze or if I was improving in diamond. Like I just want to be
right,
improving and I'm not right now, which is what's frustrating.
right, okay. Um, and so That's pretty much all there is to that. For builds, runes, and masteries, now this is something that I'm sure that you know from like other verbal sessions or whatever. Basically, you just use pro builds because you're not at a point where nitty-gritty rune and mastery specializations are gonna matter. They won't affect you.
Right. Like when I go to pro builds though, like I filter by Korea and then I like look for someone I know,
Hmm.
or every once in a while I'll see like what's the Chinese LCS called?
LPL.
LPL. Like I'll sometimes like look at like God V's games or something like that. But he
Hmm.
builds like Lune Zeko first, so it's kind of weird. I don't really do that. So
That's fair enough.
um um and then uh yeah, so like Easy Hoon sometimes will play a little bit different than like Faker, so I don't know which one to copy, you know what I'm saying?
Copy whatever feels comfortable for you. I mean, they're both at a level where yes, someone is correct, but again, it doesn't matter. You know, why are you like that hearing you say that, it's kind of like hearing someone say that have you ever played a card game?
Yeah, I've played most of them.
Magic?
Yep.
Okay, so do you know who Brian Kibler is?
No, I didn't really follow the pro scene too much. I played at like local tournaments and stuff.
Okay, alright, so alright, let's just say that maybe you can have the choice between playing a top 8, blue-white control deck, or a top 8, red deck wins. Both of them are like top tier, pinnacle class, whatever, and you're like, oh, I don't know what one to use. Well, they're both better than what you're using right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's like the Faker versus Easy Hoon type thing.
Okay.
So that doesn't matter. Like, you can just use them. For runes and masteries, it's the same thing. You don't have to be worrying or stressing over who to follow, who to copy. If they are world class, if they're like an S tier player, then just follow it. Um, Once you get to a stage or a point where the nitty gritty type stuff matters, you have 20 rune pages, whatever, then yeah, then reassess it. But that's very far away. Um, the next question is how to know if something I saw a pro do is good creep wave manipulation.
It's two
That's
questions. Sorry, it's jammed in.
oh uh oh okay. Well, all right. So how to know something if you see a pro does is good or whatever. Um, you have to basically just look at it from their opponent's perspective, and then you have to ask yourself what is the opponent feeling due to whatever the person did. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Like, yeah, this question was like the other day someone did that like Rune Glaive Stinger Oriana. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't even know.
Right. So it's like hold on, by the way, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
But people are saying that my mic is really low, so if what happened? Hello?
I don't know. I can hear you fine.
I know you can hear me, but the recording for your own sake is not going to.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
It's
You just got louder like right before you asked that. I don't know what.
I don't know.
Like if
I
you turn
mean,
yourself up.
I wonder if it's the wire.
I don't know. Some guy just said that your mic's fine and people are retarded. I don't know. I've got the stream muted.
I think it's because my runtime player died because I have multiple Skypes open. Here,
Oh,
yeah, let me
no problem.
hold on. Let's see. I am gonna log out of every Skype. Look, look, OBS is max. Do you see? Okay. And not only is it maxed, it says I'm almost going to the max. Okay? So like I don't really know what you want me to do. Hey, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can
All
hear
right.
you now.
All right. Um, okay, so like I was saying, you view it from the perspective of the opponent, and you ask them, does this hurt them? Does this? What does it make the opponent lose? What does the pro gain from it? You have to basically just reverse engineer it. You know
Yeah, that particular game, like I didn't understand at all. Like it didn't seem to be good at all. But I mean, he won, so who am I to say shit? You know what I say?
what, like the Teemo game?
No, the what was it? The Unicorns of Love game the other day where he like went Stinger with Runeglaive, and then like I didn't understand it at all. But like people were like saying it was like amazing,
No,
but
that's
I thought it
terrible.
was retarded. Yeah.
Yeah, it's retarded. It is. Don't look like you can't allow public people to influence your choice. Okay, there's a lot of people that they say things that are really bad are actually good. Um, because they don't either take the time to do the mathematics or the logistics behind it. Um, I mean, there's stuff that it looks really silly. Sometimes it can be pulled off or whatever, and it ends up working and winning once. What makes something good is consistency, not a one-time thing. If a one-time thing was like made someone good forever, Ocelot would still be in the LCS, but that's not that's not actually hair, and
Right.
happening. So that's clearly not the case. So um, don't follow stuff like that. Follow the Korean scene, the Chinese scene, whatever. Follow the consistency. Don't follow something new. When Ezreal comes out and he's running Smite mid lane, wait for it to get solved before you start playing it. Don't play it because other people are playing it. Because if you
Right.
just try to do that, then you're not gonna understand it. You know,
Right.
like it's whatever.
Right. Yeah, I never did the Israel stuff. Like, but I just tried it. Like right now, like I said, I do everything exactly the same just because that's what I saw in pro builds that Faker doing. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm doing. But like, I don't know when. Like every once in a while, you'll see like even like Easy Hoon go like Luden's first. And I don't know if there's like a specific reason in the match or if it's just he's in solo queue and he doesn't care or what.
Right. And then you just have to determine. You know. You just have
Right.
to reverse engineer it. That's literally all that you have to do. Um,
Okay.
League is a lot more simple than. I mean, you're over complicating how much stuff you need right now. You're silver. You don't need to worry about this.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could build Nashor's Tooth on Oriana and win at your division
Oh yeah, I'm
if
sure
you
I
were
could
just
win with just
playing.
about anything if I was good.
Right,
Right.
exactly, and that's the point. So build your foundation before you start worrying about all your specialties and, your materialism and whatever.
Okay.
Um, Mentality and how to improve. Well, that's probably the most difficult part because you can tell people it a million times, but it's, just to actually get through to them. You have to accept that you're really bad.
No,
Okay?
I do.
All
I
right.
I definitely know.
All right. So, if you accept that you're really bad, then it becomes a lot easier to improve and your jumps and your growth and improvement can occur rapidly. Um, the other thing is that you have to approach every game consciously and making a point to try to invest time into learning something or doing something new that will help you grow as a player.
Okay.
All right?
So like, what are those things that I should be focusing on? Because like if you go to my OPGG, like my top game there on Oriana,
Mhm.
the 11-3-8 game,
Mhm.
like in this game, like I like just mentally I know that something's got to be up. You know what I'm saying? Because like the whole I'll win every game for like 10, 12 games, I'll lose every game for 10, 12 games, and I never go anywhere. So like I'm trying to figure out what it is that's like going on in my head that I like just can't win after a while.
Mhm.
Like in this game, like I started off pretty well, and then our Maokai was like being really negative. I muted him or whatever, and then our like I was smashing this guy in lane, this Rise, and they like went top, and then he just started getting fed off the Maokai because he got an assist or something to reset his gold. And I just didn't know how to like stop everything from like tumbling downhill. You know what I mean? Like I was doing well for my team, and then everyone started to get negative, and then I was like, we can win. Just go like do this, and then I like tell people to go, and then they.
No, 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 no. Look, in Silver, everyone thinks they know more than the other person.
Right.
Okay. Um, Obviously that becomes more and more problematic once you actually go higher, which sounds weird, but in Silver they take it really serious, okay? Because Gold 5 is somehow made to be heaven for these people. Honestly I don't get it, but it is.
It's the skin at the end of the season.
It's the skin. So everyone in Silver knows more than you. All right, that's what they want you to believe. Everyone,
Apparently, most of them do. I mean, I lose a lot of my games.
Yeah, but they lose just as much. Look, I'm gonna click the Rise that beat you that one game. Ready? We're gonna go to his OpGG. Look at this catastrophe. He has a negative win rate. Look at the champions he willingly plays. Yorick and Garen. I mean, that says a lot, right? That right there.
He's a doing bird composer, man.
Yeah, right there. All right. Here, let's click Jukong. Right here, Jukong Monkey King. Look at this. Look at this. Just as many games in Silver 2, okay, with way worse KDAs than you. All right, like it doesn't mean anything, Don't talk to your teammates, okay? If I took you to the zoo, all right, and I asked you to interact with the chimpanzees behind the wall, you would not try to interact with the chimpanzees behind the wall beyond doing what was necessary to either fulfill your duty as like a zookeeper. You know what I mean? Like lead them to the food, lead them to the water. You know what I mean? Complete your work and get the fuck out. Like that's.
Should I be like just slash mute all like at the beginning of every game? Like,
Yeah, that's good. Or you can just outright remove your chat in general. There's you can Google it, like how to remove.
I try not to type a lot. Like the only thing I type in game is like, we should do this dragon or we should get vision here or something like that.
Yeah. So that's pretty much that. Okay, you also don't have to overcomplicate. Hold on one sec. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't try to go for pro plays. Don't try to do things that you've seen pros do, okay? Don't even mention the word rotation, okay? Because they don't know what that is. They're like, rotate? Like, what? They like actually alt tab and go on Google and like they dictionary.com it. They don't know what that is, all right?
So like one thing I think I struggle with is like I can a lot of times like get a lot of creeps early. Like I mean it starts to fall off later, and that's kind of the creep wave manipulation thing that I was talking about. I had that question up there. But like even if I'm doing pretty well and I've got a pretty big gold lead on people, like I don't know what I should be doing all the time. Because I mean I've watched like some pro play. Like I don't watch a lot. I just mainly play because I figure my mechanics are really bad. So I should probably play more than I watch, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But then, like, when I watch pro play, like, it's, like, almost not like the same game when you watch them play. Because, like, they trade off the top tower for the bottom tower. Like, the top laner's not laning against the top laner. Sometimes the top laner is just jungling. Like, it's not, the same game you're playing in solo queue a lot of the times. I mean, the game's the same, but, like, they're not playing anywhere near the same thing.
I mean, the game is physically the same, but the game is not a game. See, League is not like actually like people. This is why I talk about champions a lot the way that I do. Okay, now Orianna does not exist. Orianna is an avatar which is placed inside of the game via certain images and whatever the hell else is in your Riot folder. Okay, when the game loads, Orianna is physically there as a character. Orianna is whatever the 4 buttons at the bottom of your screen are. That is Orianna. Orianna is actually a soul trapped inside of these fucking things, and it possesses whatever the hell the avatar Riot has made up for the character, alright?
Spooky.
Ori doesn't exist. No character exists in the game, alright? And when you begin to see beyond the characters, then it all just becomes decisions, and it all just becomes like, okay, this kit can do this right now. The champion is the most easily identifiable with what the thing can do or whatever. I mean, this is stuff you don't even need to worry about. But when you're talking about players not even playing the same game, like pro play, etc., it's because it's not the same game. I mean, it is the same game, but it's not. I mean, you don't go to a fucking a swimming pool for the handicapped, and then look over the fence and see Michael Phelps training for the Olympics and think that
Right.
they're doing anything near the same thing. It's not the same. Okay. So when you're watching Silvers play, don't try to even think about like pros. In fact, like watching pros is probably even detrimental for you.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how
if-
am I getting information out of that? Like, what I should be doing? Like, what is good for me to focus on? Because, like I said, it's not the same thing.
Okay, look, you know how like movie stars when they're getting ready for a movie, they have these like super strict routines that they have to follow, like especially if they want to cut or add a lot of weight to be able to make the role. Okay?
Okay.
That's pro players. Okay? Literally, I'm like the personal trainer that you pay a lot of money to tell you the most boring shit that you can find on Google, and it's like you don't want to hear it, but it's actually all you need to do. First off, your CSing in relation to time is really bad. Okay? Your CSing can get better. All right? You don't need to watch Bjergsen and, other
I
NA
I don't really
players.
watch North American players that much, but
Okay. Oh, are you European?
no, I just watch Korean players.
Oh, okay. All right. Be careful. Be careful. People are going to call you like Weeaboo and Koreaboo, whatever the fuck it's called.
Well,
I'm kidding.
I
I'm
come,
kidding.
I come from StarCraft, so like I never really watch Westerners play.
Yeah. All right. Good. So, okay. So that's like pro players, all right? You need to literally, this is all you need to get out of silver, okay? You need to CS. You need to not die. And then you need to, well, not die in relation to, don't just like aimlessly fight, right? Don't aimlessly fight, okay? And then if you really just want to get out of silver and get into gold, you pick a lane, top or bottom. You never leave it. Congratulations, you're in gold. I mean, that as stupid and simple as that sound, that's actually true. Like, if you pick Lulu and you go, like, Lichbane or something, you pick top or bottom, you don't leave the lane, you deep ward, you split, rinse, wash, repeat. You're not going to learn anything. You're not going to actually understand anything but what you're doing. But if your whole emphasis is just getting out of silver, okay, I can guarantee you your win rate will go up just doing that. Okay?
Right, I mean, that's
And
not
that's-
necessarily
Right, that's the
what-
same thing as, like, me telling you, here, drink this Slim Fast, you'll lose weight. Like, yeah, you're gonna lose the weight, but it's because you're using, like, an engineered product. You know what I mean? As soon as you stop drinking the Slim Fast, you're gonna put on that weight again. All of a sudden, you're gonna become, like, Rosie O'Donnell, and that's just not a pretty sight, Like, hello?
Right.
You know?
So what do I watch? Do I just watch like Faker solo queue games or like
You
stuff
watch
like that?
streams.
Okay.
Okay. You watch
Like-
streams specifically of, I mean, you can watch pro players, but it's also good to watch the Smurfers. And when I say like the Smurfers, I mean like Box or something toying with leveling a new account or destroying silvers or like, I don't
Do
know,
you
maybe
anyone who I could watch that's
I
like a
don't-
mid laner?
I don't watch streamers, so I literally don't know anyone.
Okay.
I don't even know pro players that actually stream. So, yeah, I'm about to gotta
Faker
ask.
does like 1 hour a week.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Night Blue. You can watch Night Blue.
Is he a
Although he
jungler?
only jungles, yeah, so it
Yeah.
doesn't,
Right. So try to find like streamers who like Smurf and like watch what they do to like.
No,
impact the game.
no, God, no. You're taking what I'm saying too literal. Do you know what I mean? Like, God. Look. Because, alright, so when you're saying that to me, it sounds like you're trying to believe that there is a magic pill. Right? That, like, there's something magical I can tell you that will just make you go up. No. I'm telling you, you need to work for it. There is no way. I mean, if you don't want to work for it, here you go. Top or bottom, and I'm not talking about grinder, okay? Like, hello? Alright, so, top or bottom. Verse. No, so, you're gonna pick top or bottom with Lulu, alright? And you're gonna get Lichbane, and you're just never gonna leave. That's if you're really hellbent on getting out of gold, okay? But that is not what you do. What you do is you focus on CSing, improving your mechanics, be willing to die, be willing to lose games to become a better player.
Okay.
That's what you need to do. I mean, you have 300 games getting your ass kicked in Silver 3. I mean, it's okay to lose 30 more if it means that you're going to take risks that will make you grow,
Okay.
you know?
So like the risks are like just going a little bit deeper into team fights, like trying to get like a different ult off instead of like ulting a tank away from me or something like that, trying to put it deep and stuff like that. Those are the kind of risks I should be trying to take.
You should be taking high risk, high reward more often than you probably are right now. That way that you grow a deeper understanding of like your damage or how much potential you have in a fight. But don't let potential get to your head though, okay? Because then you might become like a certain org. No, I'm kidding, but it's okay.
All right. So, back to the whole streamer thing. Like you're saying, like there's not a magic pill or whatever, and I understand that. Like I'm willing to put the work in, but like how do I understand what I'm doing wrong that I should be different? Like with like map movements and stuff. Like I don't know like what I should be doing at a given time. Like just lanes are down, no one wants to push, so I'm just sitting there. I'm like, well, I'll farm wraiths or something, and I
Uh,
just, you know what I mean?
um, it's really vague to answer without examples. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it comes down to the thing that I stated in the very beginning about reverse engineering. I mean, it probably would be beneficial for you to locally record with OBS your own games and then watch back. You know what I mean? But maybe don't watch them back instantly. Maybe watch them back like the next day. That way you've lost your bias,
Okay.
you know? And then also maybe it helps you see it from a different perspective because whatever you were maybe thinking inside of that game will be lost, and then you'll view it from a neutral standpoint.
Okay.
Although sometimes the bias can help, but the neutral standpoint is also a benefit. So
Okay. And
yeah.
for the CSing, I never really understand this. Like, I can do decent, like 8 creeps a minute, like up till like the 10-15 minute mark where people start like moving around the map, and then I kind of get fucked with creeps. Like, I don't know where to go to like farm ever. Like, I feel like I just sit in mid lane sometimes, and I just keep pushing, and I like go back and I farm race, and then fights start breaking out. Then I like never farm again. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I never farm again, but like it's not something I'm moving to do.
Mhm.
Like, should I be like only like focusing on like the farm? Like, all right, farm this. All right, something's happening here. Go do that. Go back to the farm.
Yes.
Or okay,
CS. Okay, look. All right, here we go. We're gonna do the pyramid thing or whatever. Okay. So number one, it goes. All right, here. Look, fuck. Let me just make this new. Okay. It goes. CS is or no objective. So like this can be classified as red, blue, in certain situations. Dragon, tower, etc. You know, a baron. Okay, this is king. All right. CS is queen. Kill is rook. Okay, and then X. X is like whatever comes after, which is up to interpretation. So objective CS kill. Right, in terms of like a priority list.
okay,
Kills do not equal, especially not at your division. If you can consistently have like a 50 to 60 CS gap over your opposing laner, that's
right. Like
basically the
15 is a
same.
kill.
15's a kill, basically, yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
okay. And then so work on that. Try to take more risks. And then like how do I like if I like look back at the replay, like I record locally through like op.gg, and then I can like get the replay, or I guess I could like record myself so I can see my mouse movements and stuff. But like,
Mm-hmm.
how do I know like if the risk was like good, like if it was like it just worked out because they were bad, or if it like if it was actually good? You know what I'm saying?
If it was actually... Well, that's what I mean. You need a neutral standpoint.
Okay.
And you need to reverse engineer it from all angles.
Okay, so like look and say like, okay, if he did this different, he could have done this, or if he did, you
Alright,
know.
let me give you like an analogy or something, okay? So when I say the word reverse engineering, I think about an excerpt from an article that was like years ago. It was in some like obvious fiction or non-fiction, whatever the hell, of like how scientists, if a UFO landed, how would a scientist discover how a UFO works? Well, you would reverse engineer it. You'd take it apart piece by piece and understand what that piece of the UFO does to make it fly or operate, right? So when you're going back inside of the VOD, or let's say that you're building a computer, okay? You've never built a computer before, but you have a constructed computer in front of you. So you take the computer apart piece by piece. You know what I mean? And you just memorize what that slot does and why it's necessary, etc., and then you know how it works as you put it back in. Okay? And then if you discover that, maybe you look for a more optimal way to put the computer back together inside of its case, and then it doesn't fit, well, then it doesn't fit or it doesn't work, whatever. So when you're reverse engineering the situation of a game or something, you can see, like, could I have flashed to get this sooner? Could I have saved Flash and still gotten the kill? Could I have killed her earlier? Could I have been standing here? Maybe my jungler could have waited here. Like, you just have to ask so many more questions.
Well, would you ever flash for a kill? Like, I never do that right now.
I mean, you flash for a kill if it gets you an objective. Or an objective can, again, it can also be red or blue. It can also include shutdowns, etc.
Okay. That's one problem I have is I never like I save a lot of stuff. Like, I feel like I might need it later, like Flash. So like I almost never use Flash unless someone's jumping on me in a team fight or something.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
Okay. And then for my other, I guess since we got a little bit of time left, for my other champions, like I'm kind of bouncing around on top a lot. I don't really know what to play.
Lulu can be played top and mid. And you're never going to have to worry about her getting banned.
Alright, so I should just play her. I mean, I've been playing Malphite a lot lately. I've been playing Aurelia some. I kind of stopped playing Aurelia a little bit because I felt like I didn't know how to play her very well.
You have a negative win rate with Malphite?
I think that was from when I first picked him up. I think I've been doing pretty decent lately if you look at my recent games. I think I'm like 5-1 or something like that in my last 6 games with him. I mean, like, I don't know if it's just, I got lucky those times or...
3-2. Oh no, you're 4-2 in your last 6.
Okay.
I mean, that's okay, but it's also kind of not okay, given that this is silver and bronze, where Bronzodia exists, and he's a core component of it,
Okay.
So that's a little weird that you're not having more success with Malphite at this specific MMR bracket.
Right. I mean, I definitely belong in the bracket, so I mean, sometimes there's just games where, like, I feel like nothing can be done. Like, there's a 12-0 ribbon somewhere, and, you try your best, but sometimes that kind of thing happens. Sometimes there's games you can't lose, sometimes there's games you can't win. I mean, that's how I feel about it. I don't know if it's true or not.
Some games shit. Some games are unwinnable, even if you had the best player in the world playing in your spot. Okay, that's actually a fact. But not every single game is able to be learned off.
Right.
And that's all that you need to worry about.
Okay.
Okay? All you need to focus on is improving right now.
Okay.
So just play Lulu mid and top and support when needed. You can play Ori mid as well. You can play Morgana mid and top. You can play Annie mid and top. I mean, all of them can go mid and top, so it's good.
Okay. Well, except for Orianna, right?
Ori can't really go top, but you're at a MMR bracket where it wouldn't matter if she does.
Right.
You would just be hindered a little bit because you're never going to get the blue. Maybe
you
don't even get the blue.
Never get the blue anyway.
I was about to just say that.
Yeah, you never get the blue anyway. Like, unless you go steal it while he's dicking off somewhere else. Okay, and then, so if I'm Lulu in the same situations, am I looking at it different than Orianna, where I'm, like, not trying to do damage, I'm just trying to save people more often?
No.
No.
No. You're viewing it too specifically. You're basically okay. So you said that you played Magic. Okay, that's like me telling you that you're gonna play blue, and then you instantly just assume that blue cannot go aggressive. There are blue aggro decks. There are blue decks that they summon just as many creatures as red deck wins, and they go full face at you, right? But the
Right.
general consensus is when you think of blue, you think of control, you think of draw, you think of counter, you think of, enchantments and sorceries and instants. That's what you normally think of with blue. There is still blue decks that they summon a shitload of creatures and they just attack you. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. When you think of black, or no, when you think of white, planes or whatever, you think of healing, defense, boosting, enchantments, life, etc. There are still white decks that, they're like super control based or they're super aggro, and they don't follow the guidelines of, the white color of Magic. So when I say Lulu, don't think of Lulu like she is bound to these stipulations of a color. It's not how it works. That's like one of the most annoying things. Like you go to a Friday Night Magic or something, and like someone's playing a blue deck, and they insist that blue can only be played control. That's it. Wizards made blue control. Even though that there's black green control decks in the history of Magic and stuff. Well, there's no blue in there. Like, how can there be? Like
Right.
don't limit a champion. To such. I don't know. Just don't limit them.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So, just play correct. Don't play, a specific style, because then what's going to end up happening is you're going to get capped. You know what I mean? You're going to keep doing something over and over and over. It's kind of like doing the same workout. If you do the same workout at the gym over and over and over, eventually your body is going to adapt to it.
Okay.
And then you just get stuck.
You just never grow, right?
Right.
And that's definitely what's happening to me. Like I said, I've been bounced between.
You need to start thinking outside the box.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks, man. This is pretty helpful.
Okay.
I had just a little anecdote. I got coaching from this other guy who was like literally mimic of like one of your older verbal sessions. It was pretty funny. Like I was just like calling out what he was gonna say like 2 or 3 seconds ahead. He was like, "Do you ever do this?" I was like, "No, I know what you're talk. Yeah, I've watched that video too." And he's like, "All right, so this is what it is." And he like just went through it anyway. It was pretty funny.
Fuck. Oh man, there's a lot of people that are like they're trying to copy like the drawing on the screen and stuff, like literally with Epic Pen and Paint
Yeah,
screenshots, and it's like
I think he did like the whole like the control deck, and then they like started drawing the lines like
Yeah.
from one of your earlier ones. It was pretty funny,
It's okay. There's only one LS, so it's alright.
right?
No,
MLG
it's okay.
Raleigh.
Yep. So, alright, whatever. But it's fine.
All right,
Okay, man. If you have
Alright.
anything else, just ask me on Skype.
all right. Thanks.
All right.
Good luck in Korea, man.
Thanks. Alright.
Have a good one.
Bye. You too.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Uh. Hello? like what the fuck? It doesn't even matter though. Like even if you mimic someone's coaching style, you're still not the person. So, like you can dress up shit as much as you want in a tuxedo, but like it's still not, like God. I mean, you can put a Superman suit on fucking on Robin. It doesn't mean he's gonna be Superman. Wait, what? Hello? Wait, what would be a verbal session? Thanks, I'll respond to you by email before tonight ends, for sure. I really have to find like people to buy.